Achilles was a legendary hero in Greek mythology. He was said to be the strongest and most courageous of all the Greek warriors. His story is a tragic one, full of both triumph and despair. It is a story that has been told and retold for centuries, and it continues to fascinate us today. Achilles was born to unusual parents. His father was Peleus, a mortal king of the Myrmidons. His mother was Thetis, a sea nymph. Thetis knew her son was destined for greatness. A prophecy even suggested Achilles would become greater than his own father. When Achilles was a baby, Thetis tried to make him immortal. She dipped him in the river Styx, a river in the underworld. This river was said to grant the power of invulnerability. However, Thetis held Achilles by his heel. This one spot did not touch the water. As a result, Achilles' heel remained vulnerable. Achilles grew up to be a skilled warrior. He was trained by Chiron, a wise centaur. Chiron taught Achilles the arts of war and other important skills. He instilled in Achilles a strong moral code. The Trojan War began after Paris, a prince of Troy, kidnapped Helen. Helen was the wife of Menelaus, the king of Sparta. Menelaus was furious. He called upon all the Greek heroes to help him get Helen back. Achilles, despite being young, was one of the first to answer the call. Achilles joined the Greek army and sailed to Troy. He took with him his loyal Myrmidon warriors. They were eager to fight for their brave leader. During the first 10 years of the Trojan War, Achilles proved to be a fierce warrior. He was responsible for the deaths of many Trojan soldiers. Achilles' most notable exploit during this time was the sacking of the city of Lyrnessus. He also killed the Trojan prince Troilus. His victories earned him great glory and strengthened the Greek position in the war. Despite his successes, Achilles was also known for his pride. This pride led to a major conflict in the Greek camp. Agamemnon, the leader of the Greek forces, and Achilles had a disagreement over a woman named Briseis. Agamemnon took Briseis from Achilles as a spoil of war. Achilles was enraged by Agamemnon's actions. He felt deeply disrespected. In protest, Achilles refused to fight any longer. He withdrew his Myrmidons from battle. Achilles' absence had a profound effect on the war. The Greeks began to lose ground to the Trojans. Desperate to turn the tide of the war, Patroclus, Achilles' closest friend, begged him to rejoin the fight. Achilles refused. However, he allowed Patroclus to lead the Myrmidons into battle. Patroclus went to war wearing Achilles' own armor. Tragically, Patroclus was slain by Hector, the greatest of the Trojan warriors. Hector mistook Patroclus for Achilles as he wore the same armor. The news of Patroclus' death devastated Achilles. He was overwhelmed with grief and guilt. He blamed himself for sending his friend to his death. Fueled by rage and a thirst for revenge, Achilles put aside his pride. He rejoined the war to face Hector. The clash between Achilles and Hector was the stuff of legends. Both were incredibly skilled warriors, but Achilles was filled with a terrible fury. He fought with the strength of 10 men. In the end, Achilles prevailed. He killed Hector and dragged his body around the walls of Troy. Achilles' victory was short-lived. His own death followed soon after. As he stormed the gates of Troy, Paris, Hector's brother, shot him with an arrow. The arrow, guided by the god Apollo, struck Achilles in his heel. The heel, remember, was his one vulnerable spot. Achilles died from the wound. Despite his incredible strength and skill, his one weakness proved to be his undoing. Though his life was cut short, Achilles became a legend. He embodied the ideal Greek hero, strong, courageous, and loyal. Achilles' story is a reminder that even the greatest heroes have flaws. His story explores themes of fate, pride, and the bonds of friendship. Achilles serves as a reminder of the tragic nature of war. His story continues to resonate with audiences today.